What is up, guys? My name is Augustine from DFO, also known as a bit of a football opinions on Instagram, and I'm back to do something that I've been looking forward to do for a really long time. I am showcasing every single one of my football shirts. I finally reached the number 200, as you can see by the massive amount of football shirts that I have right here next to me and behind me. And so today I'm here to showcase every single one of them. But that's not all that I'm doing. Today we're doing something very special. I'm gonna do something that I also haven't done in a while. I'm gonna be doing a giveaway. This video is gonna be very long, so let's get the giveaway out of the way. The giveaway and this video is brought to you by kidsociety.net. Kidsociety.net is this site where I actually bought a lot of shirts in the past. A lot of the shirts that you're gonna see in this video are from kidsociety.net. Recently, I asked them if we could come up with some kind of collaboration since I use their site so much. They agreed, and we've actually been collaborating for the last few months. A lot of my followers have already bought shirts from this site, and a lot of them are very happy with it. I've recommended a lot of websites in the past, but this is the one that I stick with nowadays because of their price, because of their shipping times, and because of their amazing catalog. In fact, the shirts that you're watching me unpack right now are shirts from kidsociety.net that they were nice enough to send. I invite you to check out their site as soon as possible, and if you buy a shirt from them, just make sure to use DFO10 as your discount code. But not only did they sponsor this video, they're also sponsoring the 3 giveaways that I'm doing in my social medias. That's right, not only am I doing one giveaway here in this YouTube channel, but I'm also doing one on Instagram and TikTok. But let's talk about the one on YouTube. All you have to do to win a jersey of your choice from kidsociety.net is 1, subscribe to this beautiful channel right here, and 2, comment down what your favorite shirt from this video is. That's all you have to do. You don't have to tag friends, you don't have to share this video anywhere. That's it. Subscribe to the channel and comment down below what your favorite shirt from this video is. I'd like to thank kidsociety.net for not only sponsoring this video, but also sponsoring the giveaway. So thanks to them. But without further ado, let's get this video started. All right, the way this is going to work is we're going to do it league by league, starting with the top 5 leagues and starting with the Premier League. And one more thing, if I ever want to show you the front and the back of the jersey, just to kill time, I'm going to do both things at once. My twin brother here is assisting me, so I'm going to be showing you the front and the back with this nice little editing trick that I learned. That way I don't have to show you first the front, then the back. That way we kill time because this is a long video, so let's get it over with. Let's go. Since we're already doing Man United, I might as well just show you the ones I have. I have these two, one with Solskjaer in the back and then the other one Cavani. And I also have these two. The one on the right is one of my favorites, whereas the one on the left is known to be the unlucky Man United jersey that they only used like 7 times because they lost or drew all of their games with it, so they never used it again. Next up, we got this Aston Villa and this Chelsea shirt. They're the only shirts that I have from these two teams. The one on the right is Dibu Martinez because, of course, and then the one on the left, don't make me think about it. It's this Lampard shirt, and I made a huge mistake when washing it, and it's the only shirt that I have where the back is really messed up. I just don't want to think about it again. Let's move on. Next up, we got 2 jerseys from United Leagues of America. These 2 beautiful shirts, the only one has a name on the back, and it is Bamford. Next up, we got this beautiful Leicester City shirt, probably the best shirt in the last few years, and then we got this West Ham Declan Rice shirt from this season. Okay, next up, I'm going to show you 3 shirts that I'm really proud of just because they're all from the same season, and I don't tend to have the same shirts, like all 3, the whole collection, but it's this 3 Spurs shirts that I completely love. Other than the home one that happens to be very basic, I love the other 2, and as you can see, they have 2 names in the back, club legends Son and Harry Kane. Next up, we're gonna go for Manchester City, and I have these 2. The one on the left is signed, but I will talk more about my signed jerseys in the future, like at the end of this video. But it is a beautiful shirt that they made to commemorate Aguero's final goal versus QPR, you know the one. But yeah, a lot of signatures here that I'll talk about later. For now, let's move on to 3 other Premier League shirts that I have. Next up, I got these 3 shirts right here. The one on the left is the Brighton home shirt from McAllister. The one in the middle is this guy who injured Leno and basically gave Dibu a career, and then the one on the right is Saha from Crystal Palace. Next up, Liverpool. I know a lot of Liverpool fans are always asking me if I have any other jerseys. The one on the left, as you can see, is 2008 with Mascherano on the back, whereas the one on the right is a more modern one with Mohamed Salah. Going from one big 6 to another, we got Arsenal, and I have 3 Arsenal shirts that are all really iconic or just really beautiful or just both. The one on the left is one of the most iconic Arsenal shirts, but I'm gonna focus on these 2 because they are the ones that have a name on the back. The one on the left is that famous 2004 Arsenal shirts with Thierry Henry on the back, and then the other one is Odegaard. Moving over to Newcastle, I got 2 beautiful Newcastle shirts. They're both shirts from the 90s. The only one has a name on the back. It's of course Alan Shearer, their biggest legend. Next up, 2 shirts from teams that are not Premier League, but they're still part of English football. The one on the left, I just got it because it's beautiful, Coventry City with Hammer on the back, and the one on the right is Salford City. You might remember our career mode that we did with them a long time ago. But onto more teams that are not yet in the Premier League, we got Norwich. They're both beautiful shirts in my opinion. The one on the left has Cantwell and the one on the right has Legend Pookie. But that is all when it comes to English football shirts. Next up, we're going to do La Liga. I have a lot of Real Madrid shirts from when I used to live back in the day, so we're going to get those started with, as you can see, the ones on the left are from the mid-2010s, and they're both away shirts. I'm really disappointed because I got those from Adidas, and as you can see, the badge wore off, whereas this one is amazing, and I got at a very cheap place. Pretty ironic. But regardless, we're going to move on to shirts that definitely don't fit me anymore because they're from my time when I used to live in Madrid, back in my childhood. The interesting thing about the shirt that I'm holding here on my left is that it is the first shirt that I owned with somebody's name on the back. Next up, we got this retro Real Madrid shirt with Raúl on the back, one of my favorite players of all time. But moving away from Madrid, we got this Rayo Vallecano and Sevilla shirt, one of them with legend Falcao, whereas the other one has World Cup winner Papu Gomez. Next up, the one on the right is Alcorcón, a team from the 3rd division. They used to be my local club when I used to live in Madrid, whereas this one is this beautiful Real Valladolid shirt with Plata on the back. Next up, we got these two clubs that are beyond finished. They're nowhere near as good as they were back in the early 2000s. The Malaga one doesn't have anyone in the back, whereas this one, we don't really talk about that. Next up, we got Real Sociedad with David Silva on the back, and then this Elche one that I got simply because I said that if they ever won a game in La Liga, I would end up getting their jersey. Next up, two yellow shirts, one of them Villarreal and then the other one Las Palmas. But here's where things get very interesting for La Liga. We got this beautiful 3 shirts right here. One of them is Betis with Joaquin on the back, and as you can see here, you can see the names of everybody who's part of that team that won the Copa del Rey. Next up is this beautiful Mallorca shirt that I got here. I love the badge, I love the design, but you will never guess who is in the back of this shirt. It is none other than Scaloni. He actually lives in Mallorca, he used to play for Mallorca, and they actually commemorated him after he won the World Cup with Argentina. But as you can see by my expression, this is my favorite La Liga shirt that I own. It's a special carnival shirt from Cadiz with Álvaro Negredo on the back. Simply one of the best. But speaking about one of the best shirts from La Liga, it's this amazing 2002 Atletico Madrid shirt from when they were sponsored by Columbia Pictures. You can see that Spider-Man logo in there. Next up, I'm going to be showing you some Barcelona shirts that I have. First off, this Nike one from Barca from like 3 seasons ago by now. It kind of wore off, which is very disappointing because I actually got it from Nike, which is very stupid. But next up, we got these other ones. One of them is a retro one, and then the other one is this season's with Gavi in the back. And then this one's beautiful. This one has Ronaldo on the back. Funny story, whenever I bought this shirt, my mom saw it and she saw that it said Ronaldo on the back. So she asked me, when did Cristiano Ronaldo play for Barca? And I just laughed and I said that he played during his youth years. But anyways, moving on, we got 2 more Barca shirts. This is the home shirt from this season with Pedri on the back before he changed numbers. And it doesn't have the Spotify logo because I bought it before the sponsorship was made. And then this one is a retro Barca shirt with Guardiola on the back. And it's actually signed by somebody. You can see the signature right up here. And again, we'll talk about signed shirts later on at the end of the video. Alright, next up, we're going to show one of my favorite leagues and a league that I have a lot of jerseys from. We're talking about Serie A. And though Venezia are not technically in Serie A, they're in the 2nd division, they still make the best shirts on the game. As you can see, the ones here, nothing interesting in the back, just I don't really put names in the back when it comes to Venezia shirts, except for one exception. These are some of my favorites right here. I'm going to show them one by one. This one does have my name in the back. I just couldn't think of anybody else. This is one of my favorite ones, probably in my top 3 shirts of all time that I own at least. And then the one in the middle that I'm about to show you, holy shit, it is a concept jersey. And oop, I dropped my fucking pin. Alright, got it. Anyways, back to the shirt. Look at this absolute beauty. It is by far my favorite shirt that I own in my entire collection, and possibly any shirt ever made for that matter. You can see the back, you can see the front. It's just goddamn beautiful, so I didn't have to ruin it with anybody's name in the back. Anyway, so now you know what my favorite shirt in my collection is. We're going to move on to Inter. They make some pretty good shirts. This one right here with Correa, this one right here with Ronaldo, and then the other one coming up with Lautaro Martinez is one of my favorite away shirts that Inter have made in the past few years. Next up, we got 2 Parma jerseys. One of them is pretty modern, the other one's pretty retro. The retro one is the blue and yellow with Crespo on the back, whereas the other one has Buffon in the back, even though it's not even a goalkeeper jersey, but whatever, we move. Alright, next up we got a Lazio and an Atalanta shirt. These are the only shirts that I own from either of these 2 clubs. The one on Atalanta has Malinowski. I dropped my fucking pin again. Alright, so this Lazio retro shirt has Simeone in the back, one of their club legends. And then we can move on to 2 Fiorentina shirts with Batistuta on the back. The one on the left, pretty iconic because of the sponsor. And then the one on the right, iconic for different reasons. Anyways, moving on, I got 4 Milan shirts to show you guys. These two right here, the one on the right has Rafael Leao, whereas the one on the left is a special shirt that they made to send their profits to Ukraine when the whole thing was going on, with Zenko on the back. And then these two are more modern shirts. Well, the one on the right is at least the latest one that they came up with Ibrahimovic on the back. And then the one on the left is from, I think, the late 2000s with Pirlo on the back. And just like I have 4 Milan shirts, I also have 4 Roma shirts. Starting with these two right here, the one on the right is a very retro one from like the late 90s, I want to say, with Totti on the back. And then the one on the left is a more modern one away with Checo. Then I also have these two. The one on the left is one of the first shirts that I got in my collection. It is from like 2016, and then the other one, that one's from this season actually. Anyways, moving on to 2 other clubs, we got Sassuolo and Sampdoria, and of course I gotta get 2, I guess, club legends, you could say. Berardi for Sassuolo and Quagliarella for Sampdoria. Next up, we got my only 2 Napoli shirts. The one on the right is a retro one with Maradona from when they won the league, whereas the one on the left is a Kvaratskhelia one from this season. Okay, next up I'm gonna show you my Juventus shirts, and there are a lot, so I'm gonna try to do kind of like a lightning round type thing. I'm gonna show you the home shirts first. Starting off with these, there's nothing really special to say other than I really like the gold one in the left. So I'm going to take them out of the way, but I do want to show you the one in the middle because it is signed. Again, not going to tell you who signed it because we're going to go through it later. But if you've been following me for a long time, you probably know who did. Next up, we got 3 more Juventus shirts that I think are pretty boring. Yes, that's right. I don't find the home shirts pretty appealing. I think they're pretty boring, but you can't really do much with black and white. The one on the left will have Tevez, the one in the middle will have Ronaldo, and then the one on the right will have Chiesa. Don't worry, I'm a much bigger fan of their away shirts and the third shirts, and I have plenty of those coming up. For example, these shirts right here, they're some of the best away shirts that I have in my collection when it comes to Juventus, at least. The one on the left will have Di Maria. This is the one from this season. Of course, I had to get my countryman on the back. The one in the middle will have club legend Zinedine Zidane, and then the one on the right, I believe it has Dybala. We shall see in just 1 second. Yes, it is. It is his last season at the club, and that still makes me pretty sad. But no time to grieve because I gotta show you all of these Juventus shirts that I got coming right up. As you can see, these are some really classic ones. The one on the left is one of the only goalkeeper shirts that I have with Buffon on the back. The one in the middle has club legend Marchisio, and then the one on the right will have Del Piero. One of the most recognizable and most iconic shirts is this one right here. It's amazing. Did anyone ask for more Juventus shirts? Because I'm bringing you more Juventus shirts. These 3 are shirts that I'm not particularly passionate about. They're just shirts that I got because maybe they were on sale or just because I could, I guess. This one in the middle is pretty okay though. And then the one on the right, this one's pretty ugly, but it was for like $30 at Adidas. So why not? Alright, more Juventus shirts, and this one's I'm pretty happy with. Like, I really like them. The one on the left, the blue one, I practically grew up on. I really like this one. The one in the middle is a gift from the girlfriend, and I really like the sleeves I'm about to point out right here. Whereas the one on the right I got on eBay, and I think it is my first Dybala shirt. It's kind of wearing off, so I'm trying not to wear it a lot, but I love it. Alright, let's show you the last bunch of Juventus shirts that I have. These are pretty interesting. The one on the left, I'm about to explain the one in the middle, don't worry. The one on the left is just this plain away shirt from, I believe, this season. This one right here is part of Adidas retro collection that they came up with. I made a video about it not too long ago. I kind of like it. It's okay. It was a gift from my brother too. And then the one in the middle, they gave me this as a prize for winning my Sunday league, and it's kind of like a concept jersey between Juventus and Gucci, and it's just particularly weird, I guess you could say. But that is all the Juventus and Serie A shirts that I have. So we're going to move on to a brand new league. We're going to move on to Bundesliga, and I'm going to showcase 2 Dortmund shirts that I have right here. Starting with these 2, you can see the one on the left is the one from last season, and it's going to have Haaland on the back. Whereas the one on the right is a gift from my friend. He actually gave me like 4 jerseys on this list. So big shout out to you, Melfi. More Bundesliga jerseys. I have one from Bayern, and then I have one from Leipzig. Nobody in the back for Leipzig, but the one on the left, you can assume who is in the back. It is, of course, none other than Robert Lewandowski, the club legend. And last but not least, we got this HSV jersey from technically not the Bundesliga. They're in 2nd division, but maybe they'll get promoted. But still a pretty neat jersey. That is all for Bundesliga. We're going to move on to Ligue 1, and I'm going to start off with the ugliest ones that I have. The one on the left is just a shirt that I got from my Sunday league. It doesn't have sponsors, it doesn't have anything. And then the one on the right is pretty much a similar case. Let's just move on to the good ones. Moving on to the good ones, we got some modern PSG shirts. You know PSG make really good jerseys, especially in the modern area this last few years. I got this one on the left with Mbappe, and then the one on the right, it has Neymar Jr. And then just to make it easier, these 3 amazing looking jerseys from PSG all have Messi jersey on the back, so I'm just gonna make it easy. I mean, if you can get anyone in the back of the shirt, might as well make it the greatest of all time. I only got Mbappe and Neymar in the other ones just to add some variety to my kits. Moving over, we got an Olympique Marseille shirt from, I believe, the 90s, and then the one on the right is Olympique Lyon from 2011. It was Pjanic's last year, so I got him, whereas the one on the left, I got Cantona. But that is all when it comes to Ligue 1 shirts. Other than that, I got Portuguese shirts, but I only got these two, this Porto and Benfica. The one on the right is the Benfica shirt from this season, the away one with Otamendi on the back. One of my favorite defenders, of course, Argentine, so I had to respect them by getting the name on the back. And then this Porto one, it is an absolutely banger of a kit with Pepe on the back, another defender that I really like. And moving over to the other side of the world, over in Brazil, I got these two shirts first. The one on the right is a Chapecoense shirt that I got whenever they went through their whole tragedy because I was trying to help them financially. That is something that a lot of people were doing. And then the one on the left is a Grêmio shirt with Suarez on the back. Next up, two other Brazilian shirts. The one on the right is Atlético Mineiro, and I think it was either drawn by one of the fans or picked by the fans, one of the two. And then the one on the left is a special edition Corinthians jersey. Both of these jerseys are one of my favorites. They're like absolutely gorgeous. The one on the left does have Paulinho on the back. But let's move over to my home country, Argentina, where disappointingly enough, I only have two shirts, River Plate and Boca Juniors. The one on the left will have Julian Alvarez, who I really like. And then the one on the right, obviously Maradona. It's one of my favorite shirts of all time. It's a Boca Juniors shirt from like the 80s, late 80s type of thing. But I really like it. It's a long sleeve too, so that makes it look so much better. All right, next up, Scotland. I know you guys have a big rivalry there, so I'm going to show both of these shirts at once just to prove that I have both of them and I don't get attacked by the other fan base. I have Celtic and I have Rangers, and we're gonna move on before you guys get too rowdy in the comments. Next up, Mexico. I have an Atlas jersey on the left and then a Pachuca shirt on the right. There's also these three shirts that I have here. The one on the right is a Mineros shirt that I got as a gift from my girlfriend, and they play in the second division. The one in the middle also just happens to be a gift from my girlfriend, and it is a Rayados jersey that I really like, whereas the one on the left, another gift from a friend of mine. It's a Tijuana jersey, and I really like the material on the badge and just the shirt overall. All right, next up we got Eredivisie, aka only Ajax, because I got these three shirts and I got nothing else, but they are really gorgeous shirts. The one on the right is Lisandro Martinez, the one in the middle Tagliafico, and then the one on the left Tadic. Overall, I just really like these shirts. I can't really choose which one I like the most. All right, let's move on to another country, Saudi Arabia, aka just the one Cristiano Ronaldo jersey. Fun fact, I actually ordered this jersey whenever it was only rumored that he was going to move, so it wasn't anything official or anything. I got it because I want to be the first one to have a Ronaldo on the SAR shirt, and it ended up happening, so pretty happy about that. Next up, going over to the Greek league, the only Greek shirt that I have is this Olympiacos shirt with Marcelo on the back. Please, I know you guys Greek fans get really passionate about your league and your team, so I got more Greek shirts coming into the future. Please, just chill. Alright guys, we only got one more league to go before I move over to the nations. I got two LA Galaxy shirts. One of them, the one on the left, is the away one from this season with Chicharito on the back. And then the one on the right is Douglas Costa from, I believe, last season. It is obviously the home one. And this one is signed by two players. This one, I will tell you, it has Martin Cáceres in the middle right here. And then in the back, it is Riqui Puig, the Barcelona midfielder. You might remember him. Next up, we got LAFC with YouTube TV as the sponsor. And then Chicago Fire on the right. And then moving on to New York City FC. But that's not important, so I'm going to toss it the fuck away because we gotta talk about this beauty right here. Probably in the top 5 of my all-time collection, and definitely the best MLS shirt that I have on my collection. It's of course inspired by Bruce Lee, who grew up in Seattle, and I've already made a video about that, so we're just gonna move on. We got two Inter Miami shirts. The one on the left with Higuain, it was the one from last season, and then the one on the right is the one for this season. It's the away one. I'm actually going to the Miami game this next Saturday, so I'm hoping to get the one on the left signed, the pink one, so wish me luck. Okay, next up we're going to do Houston Dynamo, and since I got a bunch of these, I'm just going to show them in a hurry. There's not a lot to say about these ones. They're just early 2010s, but these ones right here are a little bit more interesting, so I am going to show you one by one. Starting with the one on the left is a pretty decent away shirt that I actually like quite a lot. The one in the middle is the first Houston Dynamo shirt that I got signed by a lot of players, though all the signatures faded out just because I didn't care about the signatures enough, just because I didn't really get anybody important. We didn't really have any big player at the time. And then this one right here is my favorite Houston Dynamo shirt that I got with my name on the back. And last but not least, in the Houston Dynamo department, we got these two pretty nice home shirts. This one right here has one of our midfielders in the back. I'm hoping to get this one signed soon. Whereas this one right here on the left has Hector Herrera on the back, and it has his signature. He actually just joined us last season from Atletico Madrid, so pretty big signing. Probably our biggest signing in our entire history. Alright, let's move over to nations. Some of my favorite jerseys in my collection are actually from my nations list. Starting with these two Portugal ones. The one on the left has Figo, it's a pretty retro shirt, and then the one on the right has Cristiano Ronaldo in it. Moving over to two USA shirts that I got. The one on the right I actually got from one of those secret shirt packages, and then the one on the left is a 1994 USA World Cup shirt with Lalas on the back. Next up, we got the one on the right, which is Norway, and the one on the left, which is Denmark from 1986, and that one will have their legend Laudrup in the back. I actually only got this jersey because it is listed as one of the most iconic and most beautiful shirts in the world, but I honestly don't really see it. But anyways, let's move on to Colombia and South Korea. The Colombian one I got it at a Colombian festival, whereas the one on the left has Heung-min Son. I also have these two shirts from the team that we beat in the World Cup final just recently. The one on the right is pretty retro. It has only 1 star, as you can see, and then the one on the left is even more retro with Zinedine Zidane on the back. I believe it's from 1998. Then I also have this beautiful Italy jersey and also this amazing Netherlands jersey with Locatelli on the right, and then the one on the left, Johan Cruyff, who never actually wore this shirt throughout his career just because different time eras, but I still got it as a commemoration to him. Okay, let's stop for a second to admire this beautiful concept jersey of Japan. It is done by an artist, I believe in 2018, that they combined the world of anime, the world of manga into their jersey that they were using for the 2018 World Cup. It has Tsubasa on the back, who is the protagonist of this football anime, and as you can see, it has a lot of details, a lot of animes from a lot of different shows, and it's truly a beautiful shirt. One of the best, if not the best, concept jersey I've seen. Alright, next up we got this pretty iconic 2002 Cameroon shirt, which was banned by FIFA. I already made a video of this, but yes, it is a sleeveless shirt that FIFA didn't allow Cameroon to play with in the World Cup 2002. Next up, I'm going to show you some shirts from my time in Spain. As you might know, I grew up in Madrid in Spain, and I got these two shirts from my stay over there, 2010 and 2008. But some more modern Spain jerseys in my collection include this women's jersey on the right, which oddly enough, it has Morata on the back. I can explain. I only heard of the women's jersey because of Morata, because he posted it on his stories, so I just got Morata in there. I realize now it's a pretty stupid decision, but let's just move on. And then the one on the left that I'm going to show you here is this 2018 Spain shirt that I bought because it was on sale at Adidas, and you might not be able to see it, but it has a signature there, and that belongs to Ricky Puig. Alright people, buckle up because I'm going to show you a bunch of Argentina jerseys. I have by far the most Argentina shirts out of my entire collection. First off, I'm going to show you the home shirts. You are already skimming through some of them. They're not interesting. They don't have anybody in the back. Just different shirts from like different eras. This one though is a replica of that 1986 World Cup with Maradona on the back. And then these ones right here are a little bit more modern. This one right here, they're all the same, but this one right here I got sent by accident. It is a double XL, so you can tell that I really got it sent by accident because I would never order a 2XL. This one right here I got off the street in a vendor, and they sold it to me for very cheap just because it is a Julian Alvarez shirt with number 19. And fun fact, Julian Alvarez never had number 19 with Argentina, so they made a mistake when printing the name and the number, so that's why I got it for pretty cheap. And this one right here I did order, and it has all the patches, it has Messi on the back, but I'm just pretty disappointed because of the 3 stars. They just look pretty cheap. I don't know how to explain it, but they don't look as they should look. I also can't really show it on camera. It doesn't look too good, but basically I'm disappointed by it. Alright, now that we got through the home Argentina shirts, I'm going to show you a little bit more interesting away and third shirts. We got, first of all, this 2014 that we used in the World Cup final. Brings bad memories, but we won the World Cup, so it's fine. This training Argentina shirt, and this is my first time realizing that it says Argentina right there in the bottom. You can see my live reaction. Pretty happy with it. And then this one, the away one from the 2020 to technically 2021 Copa America with Di Maria on the back because he was the one who gave us that Copa America with this goal. Alright, 2 more Argentina shirts. The one on the right is another shirt that they sent by accident. I don't know. It all happened within the same package. This one is a medium. The only disappointing thing is that it only has 2 stars. And then this one right here is a Dibu Martinez shirt with 3 stars. We wouldn't have a World Cup if it wasn't for Dibu. I even got his last minute save right here. And last but not least for Argentina, we got these 2 away Argentina shirts, the purple ones. This one has 2 stars and it has DePaul, whereas the one on the left has 3 stars and it has Enzo Fernandez, the young player of the World Cup. Really good jerseys, and I just like getting different names other than Messi just to kind of give everybody a little bit of credit. Okay, so we officially got through all the nations, so now I'm going to show you jerseys that aren't technically jerseys, but they're still jerseys. Starting off with this Netflix show jerseys, Club de Cuervos, otherwise known as Club of Crowns. It's a Netflix show, Mexican Netflix show based on football, and if you don't recognize that one, it's okay because you're most likely going to recognize this one. It is of course a Ted Lasso jersey and with Rojas on the back because football is life. Next up we got 3 shirts from the FIFA games. I bet you didn't know that you could get these on the store, but yes you can. This one is from FIFA 21, the one on the right right is FIFA 19, and then the one on the middle is a FIFA Icons shirt, though it is an extra large and it doesn't quite fit me, but it's still really nice to have in your closet. Next up, we got a Hufflepuff jersey from Harry Potter. Why? Because I'm a Hufflepuff. Next up is this Concept USA shirt that Umbro did, I think last summer or 2 summers ago, maybe for the World Cup even. They sent it out to me, which I highly appreciate. Big shout out to Umbro. And the moment a lot of you guys have probably waited for, I'm going to talk about the 3 signed shirts that I have in the back of my videos all the time. You have this Juve one, this Barcelona one, and then this Manchester City one. If you've been following me for a long time, you probably know how I got these jerseys and who are on the jerseys, like all the autographs and stuff. But starting with this one, I'm going to tell you regardless. It's a lot of autographs. We got Bernardo Silva, Zabaleta, Julian Alvarez, Haaland right here in the middle. I don't know who else, Grealish and Rodri. I have to go back in the videos and check who signed it where to verify, but it's really a bunch of players. This one in the middle is a Juve one. The one on the left is Martin Cáceres. The one in the middle is Cuadrado, and then the signature all the way to the right of your screen, I guess, will be Vlahovic. And I guess I could explain to you how I got all these signatures. I really had to sneak into their private trainings, their hotels and everything while they were on preseason tour in the US last year. I've got pictures and videos about it all, so don't worry. I also met Ansu Fati here last summer. I found him doing an interview in a pool in his in the hotel where Barcelona were staying at, and he was kind enough to sign my jersey right after the interview was done. But anyways, guys, that concludes, I believe, 202 jerseys that I have in my entire collection. If you watch the entirety of this video, I appreciate you very much. Hopefully, I was able to inspire some of the jerseys that you might be able to get in the future. I just really like talking about jerseys, showcasing every single one that I have. And just because we reached 200 jerseys, I figured it'd be a perfect opportunity to show this video right here. Don't forget that all you have to do to participate in the giveaway where you can get a jersey of your choice is just to subscribe to the channel and then just leave a comment in this video. It can be a comment about what your favorite jersey was, or just really a comment about anything. But without further ado, I'm going to end the video right here, and I am going to appreciate all of you guys for watching the video, subscribing, and just for all the support that I get in all my social medias. Again, if you don't win this giveaway on YouTube, we do have other giveaways going on TikTok and on Instagram, so go check them out if you can. I will see you guys later. Take care, thanks for watching, and cheers.